Hi guys, it's Healthier Shell VSG here, and I'm going to give you a super quick update on talking to my boss today. Yesterday I had mentioned that I was kind of nervous to do that because I was shocked when they told me I should take 4 weeks off, and that's a really long time to ask your boss for time off. So I went in today, and a couple of my coworkers know about the surgery. One is, she kind of guessed. She's really familiar with my brother doing it and everything, and had noticed some of the changes and asked me about it. The other one I went into some months ago. She's not an HR person. We don't really have an HR person because my office has like 20 people in it. So it's really small, but she's the one, she's been there forever, and she's the one everybody goes into and talks to about stuff. So I had already approached her with, when should I tell him this is a possibility? Should I wait? And blah, blah, blah. And I talked to them and they gave me some advice. So my boss is like super cool, and he really considers everybody in the company like his family. So I didn't want to just say I'm having surgery and not, give him any kind of indication about what it was, or if he should worry or anything like that, because he really does consider us all family and he really would worry. But I still get really nervous talking to him because he is my boss. So I decided I wasn't going to tell him exactly what for unless he specifically asked. And I got my nerves up finally after lunch, and I went in and I started by saying, okay, I just want you to know that I'm fine and everything's fine. And he laughed and like rolled his eyes because I'm sure he expected very bad news coming after that. And I just said, I'm having surgery on the 19th, and they have told me that I need to ask for 2 to 4 weeks off. I said, I really don't anticipate needing 4, but they do want us to say that because of unexpected, complications, or if I'm just not ready to come back to work, they say it's better to ask for more time than less, but I don't think it'll be 4. And then I told him, everything on my desk is handled because my whole office, our work is very cyclical. And at this point, like nobody in the office has anything to do. So I told him all my stuff is cleared off. The only thing that might come in during that time, I can do from home if I need to, but I've already talked to them and let them know I might be out. And he was just kind of looking at me. And so I said, but I don't know what I need to do so far as us. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, they said I can apply for disability because at least in California, I believe if you have to take 8 consecutive days or more off for some sort of medical issue, you can file for California disability insurance. And they do cover bariatric surgeries. They also cover plastic surgery. And you can just Google that and the forms are there and it's pretty easy, but they only pay you up to 55% of your regular wage, which for me might be rough because I have things like the mortgage and stuff like that. But I told him, I said, I'm not sure if it is 4 weeks. Do you want me to file for disability? Is it considered, vacation time? Because I have 4 weeks of vacation. I've intentionally only taken a couple days, and ours is use it or lose it, because I didn't know if I was going to need it for this or not. Or is it considered like sick pay? And our office is a little bit unique because we don't really have sick pay. And what I mean by that is if we're sick, call in sick and he pays us. There's no, what am I trying to say? We don't have a certain number of days. It's not monitored. It's all on the honor system. We also have like unlimited mental health personal days. So, he's really cool. Basically, if your work is taken care of, he knows that there's other times of the year in the fall that we all are working like extremely long days and most weekends. So it all kind of balances out. So I said all that, and he said, well, can I ask what it is that they're doing? And I didn't, I knew everybody was going to know, and I'm already going to tell all the ladies that I eat with at the lunch table and everything. They know about my brother and everything, but I just kind of wanted somebody else to tell them, I guess. But I did, and I just said, well, it's bariatric surgery. And he kind of looked at me, and I was like, it's to help with weight loss, and I, have some other problems, and the doctors and everybody just think this might be the best option. and I've been working with them for months now on it, and it's just sort of what I need to do. And he just said, okay, well, I hope that you heal quickly, and you don't need to do anything. It's all taken care of. Don't worry about it. You're not taking a vacation, so it's not considered vacation pay, and you don't have to file for disability. It's fine. Whatever you need, you take it. And I was like, okay. And I kind of thought that's how it was going to go, even though I was so worked up and nervous about it. And then he said, aren't you going to go stir crazy if you're home for 4 weeks? And it totally cracked me up, because that is word for word what I said to the case lady yesterday, which was, if I have to stay home for 4 weeks, I am going to go totally stir crazy. And so it totally cracked me up. And I told him, I said, that's exactly what I said. And I just said, you know, I don't think it's going to be 4 weeks. And even if anything, like if I go back after 2 and I find that I don't have enough energy or anything like that, he's totally cool with come in, work a half day, come in 1 day, don't come in at all. I mean, basically he said I could have the 4 weeks if I need them, but I also don't want to take advantage if I don't really need them. But then again, because we are so slow, I could probably just work from home or whatever. So I'm going to play that one by ear, but it was totally, I made it this huge thing in my head, you guys, and it really wasn't that bad. So here's my advice to people who have to tell their bosses going out. You really have to judge your boss. In my case, I work for a very small company that everybody's considered family, and there's really no way around it. It's not like it's a huge office where the higher ups are up on the 20th floor and I'm on the 3rd. I mean, you know, he's going to know. And I just decided I was going to be honest and tell him. I don't necessarily recommend that for everybody. I think that you just have to judge it on your own. And the lady at Kaiser did say, we don't recommend you say, we say you're just having surgery. And if they ask, say, you know, it's kind of personal. I decided that wasn't the right thing for me. Another tip, again, if you're in California, you can get disability insurance to cover time if you do need the 4 weeks and your employer won't pay for that. So please keep that in mind. And lesson learned for me, which is I tend to let things spiral out of control in my mind and become these huge things when they're not really that. And so that's kind of how it was with my boss today. And I kind of have decided to take that as a lesson, because I've been so worried about the date and what do I need to do and I'm not ready and oh my God, there's all these things. And I'm just going to try and relax a little bit instead of driving myself crazy. So hopefully, you know, this gives some of you an idea of what you should say. And, you know, I learned a lesson from it too, so that was good. And yeah, we're moving forward. So I'm going to make another video for sure on Tuesday after I have my Caring for Yourself day of and immediately after surgery class, which is tacked on to my nutrition class. Post-surgery nutrition, which is tacked on to my physical appointment. So I might make more than one video, but I definitely want to do the nutrition stuff, because apparently my Kaiser is very different than a lot of the other programs, including the Kaiser my brother had his at. So I do want to get that info out there. I do want to make informational videos for people like me who are kind of going through the process and just getting started, but a lot of this has so far been more introspective, but I think once I'm in it, I'll be able to do a lot more informational stuff. So that's that, and I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Okay, bye.